Hello, we are Permar AI, and we help e-commerce brands lower their customer acquisition costs on autopilot. High competition results in rising marketing costs and decreasing reach, so you have to turn more visitors into customers to remain profitable. Meet Nina, for example. She's an e-commerce founder selling sustainable boho dresses, but she is, as most e-commerce founders, marketing and design oriented, but has no expertise in conversion rate optimization or optimizing her website. Is also based on gut feeling and not in a data-driven approach. And she hates the back and forth with the freelancers she's working with. Those are two major issues that so many e-commerce founders out there are facing. So what if Nina's website could optimize itself around the clock? That would be pretty cool, right? So Nina goes to Permar AI to create her first experiment. She just enters her domain name and clicks on submit. She can then click on a section where she wants to perform a test on. In this case, she chooses the headline. She can then ask Permar AI to propose data-driven headline suggestions based on past performance and can choose the variants she wants to test. But she can also test images, color codes, or CTA buttons. In this case, we see an example where she also tests images. The best thing is that we automatically start showing higher performing variants more often, so that already when we start testing, she increases her conversion rate. But Permar AI goes beyond just growth experiments. We help Nina also with the creation for whole landing pages. She can develop landing pages for SEO optimized blog articles to increase her organic reach, but she can also create landing pages for paid traffic in a matter of seconds. The coolest thing here is that the landing pages optimize themselves based on the past performance data we receive as well. We can see here an example where we created a landing page for Ciao the Label, her brand, with in a couple of seconds. She can push the landing page live and can start receiving organic traffic, in this case, for the landing page. And we offer very affordable pricing to that problem, with prices ranging between $50 and $1,400 depending on her monthly visitor numbers. With a 10% market penetration, we could capture $250 million in US revenue. The thing that Nina likes most about Permar AI is that it really produces the content completely automatically and in a data-driven way without the back and forth she currently is facing with the freelancers she's working with. We are already at more than $7,000 in revenue for June, and this week we launch our POC with our first agency. This is a web agency behind companies such as Disney and Campbell's. So we are very excited on the launch of this relationship. We reached the first million with a focus on agencies and trade fairs. With the 10 millions, we're going to reach by expanding our focus on a broad target audience, and the 100 million we're going to reach through product expansion. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Permar AI with 5 years of experience in e-commerce, both as a manager and as a founder. My co-founder Matthias has 5 years of AI experience as a former head of AI and McKinsey consultant. We're Permar AI, and we help e-commerce brands lower their customer acquisition costs on autopilot. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Matthias. John, question for Matthias.
Yeah. So in that segment you're targeting, which is mostly small businesses, they don't get that much web traffic, but generally for a product like this, you need a number of data points before you can actually start optimizing per user, right? So, do you ever find issues with not being able to show value to your user before you get enough data points to actually start optimizing the A/B testing to actually lift conversion?
All right, let's take another one before you answer that. And then let's take another one from the syndicate. Because very interesting, does it work with any content platform? Okay, now you can go. 2 minutes.
So taking the second question first. So we are platform agnostic. It's a very cool thing. We just have a snippet code, which you like the Facebook pixel, which you put into the backend of your website, and then we're ready to go, basically. And concerning traffic, very good question, John. So what we are working with, especially for the SEO optimization, is on so-called secondary KPIs, like for example, scroll depth ratio or bounce rate, for example. With those kind of secondary KPIs where you're not so much heavily focused on the conversion rate itself, sorry, you can also already see, for example, for headlines or also text above the fold, create actually kind of optimizations, for example, for SEO blogs. When we talk about conversion rate in a purchase event, then definitely you need more events for that as well. But currently we're focusing more on this, as you mentioned, on 7 to 8 figure brands. You need, I would say, 20K monthly visits per variant. So we are also with 7 figure brands, we are able to do that. But yeah, of course, more data is definitely relevant to do more tests as well. That's for sure. That's the case.